Sri Bhagavad Gita, which is fantastic book, a fantastic shastra, fantastic body of knowledge in itself, to give us clarity about our thoughts, our choices, and hence our acts and our behavior. In that, there is a very famous sloka all of us know, but there is a rarely quoted commentary to that sloka, which I think we all should know. The sloka is about karma yoga. So anybody who even have a cursory knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, the moment you say karma yoga, we all understand karma yoga, would quote the slokam, karmaNyevAdhikAras na phaleshu kadAchana. In that, obviously, the sloka means very simply, don't be driven solely by the fruits of our actions, and let our intention not be to escape actions totally, which leaves us with a choice of doing the action, relishing the action, and offering the fruits of action to something grander like Bhagavan or Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So here the question comes, right from my childhood, based on my peers, based on what I have been given to understand, we do every action for a fruit which is mostly selfish, which is mostly going to support myself or support mine, maybe family or my group, etc. Obviously, I won't do an action without understanding the consequence. Then I would make a fool of myself, you see, if I do like that. So I know what is the consequence of an action. And so I do purposeful actions, yet I am not to actually hanker after the fruits of the actions. That's tricky, isn't it? Until I read this commentary by a great Mahatma, the one who wrote the commentary to Bhagavad Gita and to Bhagavatam and Vishnu Puran. And his name is Sridharapada. Here very beautifully he says, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna, karmaNyevAdhikAras ma phaleshu kadAchana. So this entire karma yoga is for them, for this te. Who are they who need to embrace karma yoga? They who are very clear about the purpose of life is absolute freedom from the clutches of karma, from the clutches of time, from the clutches of all these, vasanas or innate tendencies, which has been clinging on us for many births. So for people who are moksha kankshi, which means people who really want freedom, people who really aspire for real love in our heart, people who really want not to be born again, to put a religious color to it, for them, karma yoga is shown. So karma yoga will work only when the grander purpose which it serves is clear and we are convinced and we have no confusion about it. Otherwise, karma yoga will always be a little muddled, you see. In some way or the other, if you are not clear about the purpose, karma yoga tends to fail a bit. For example, I have seen many people saying, I am doing nishkam karma, nishkam karma. The moment I look at what I do, and then I say I am doing nishkam karma, and I want to advertise it, I want to talk about with others saying, I am doing nishkam karma, I see a conflict. Do you? It is more like I have to do nishkam karma because that's what is demanded of a person who wants to be spiritual or religious or to be a Hindu. That brings a conflict, a struggle, because a part of me hankers for the fruit and another part of me says, no, I should not hanker for the fruit. I should do nishkam karma, which muddles up the entire sweet path of karma yoga itself. I can really do nishkam karma if I have love in my heart, like a love of a mother to the child. The mother loves cooking for the child, especially when the child has gone overseas and the child is coming back. The child comes and embraces the mother or the father for that matter and tells the parent that, I really miss your rava khichdi. Can you cook that for me? Now, when the mother or a father is cooking rava khichdi for the child, the whole act is done with tremendous joy because it is coming out of love or affection for somebody who is very dear to us. Nishkam karma is very much possible there. While cooking, you won't be saying, I wish my child eats it and then thanks me or gifts me. No. The entire act of cooking for my child itself is a gift. It itself is a joy. in itself. So Nishkam Karma works when there is prema. If I have love for my profession, and let us start from bottom. If I have love for my profession, every chance I get to use my talent in something which I am very proficient, in which I have mastery, is an opportunity for me to relish the work itself. I can actually do Nishkam Karma there. If you truly love your profession, for example, if you are a problem solver, okay, like for example, you are a Six Sigma problem solver, and you use statistics to solve problems, and you love this system of knowledge of solving problems. Then when somebody comes for help, which actually is going to use my capabilities to the best of my ability, I'm going to jump at it. I'm going to be overjoyed. In fact, believe it or not, personally, I've seen myself feeling grateful for the person who brought a problem to be solved by me. Actually, I would expect gratitude from that person, isn't it? That's the normal way of society where I help somebody. I expect a gratitude from that person. But here, when I'm getting a chance to use my capability, when I enjoy doing this, when somebody comes with a problem, instead of expecting gratitude from that person, deep inside, I feel so grateful that this person is approaching me with a problem, and I get an opportunity to use my talents and use my abilities to good use. And actually, I tell you, I don't even expect a thanks from that person when I solve that problem, if I'm a normal, mature human being. That's the beauty of Nishkam Karma. When you love something, when you love doing something, you don't expect the fruits of your action, in the sense that I want something which even intangible, like saying thanks for what I did. I feel thankful for being given an opportunity to express my talent in an act. So that's the base level. This Nishkam Karma we all understand. And then comes the next level. When I am moved out of compassion, when compassion drives what I do, when I serve people, suppose I have understood the pangs of hunger due to various circumstances, and I know what hunger means. And I've been afflicted by hunger in the past, but now I have resources to possibly erase hunger in other people. If I get a chance to do, say, real Annadana, the first step of Nishkam Karma can be, I myself serve Annam, and to see a fellow human being, a brother or sister's hunger being satiated, and their joy or their satisfaction of having a meal, that's enough for me. I don't expect that person to come and fold their hands and say, Bhaiya, I'm so grateful to you. I don't expect it. Why? Because I am moved. My actions are driven by a value. Compassion is a beautiful value. Compassion is Dharma. As I already discussed before, Dharma, normal human Dharma. Forget religion, creed, nationalities. Universal Dharma has 4 aspects. Compassion is the central aspect of Dharma. Truth is one. Compassion is one. Controlling the senses is one. And purity. Okay. So when I am driven by one of the legs of Dharma, as Bhagavatam shows, which is compassion, I can do Nishkam Karma. Even me, a normal person who has his or her own aspirations, ambitions, a need for recognition, all that so-called normal human, pulls. I am finding, I can do Nishkam Karma, which means I'm doing acts which I don't expect any fruits extrinsic from the act. How? Because I am driven by a higher value called compassion. And I am feeling very happy. I feel very grateful that I am able to contribute something along that value which I hold very dear. And so Karma Yoga will work in those areas. These are the lower level workings of Karma Yoga. And then I realize that what others really talk about or appreciate or applaud actually matters little for me, especially when I am following my heart, which is in line with universal values like compassion, truth, etc. Then I get the strength I get the energy, I get the inspiration to actually do Karma Yoga, which means I enjoy doing something even though the fruits of my act may not come to me or I don't care about it at all. The act gives me the joy. And that is the reason why Karma Yoga, karmaNyevAdhikAras, te, that word te, only Sridhara Swami commented saying, look here, once our actions and choices are driven by purpose and of course values, then Karma Yoga becomes acceptable, agreeable, and Karma Yoga becomes really possible for me. And spiritually speaking, unless I find being born again and again and again as a human being with all its misery, etc., unless horror at the prospect of being born again is deep rooted, spiritually, that Karma Yoga which Bhagavad Gita is talking about is not going to be constantly easy in all aspects of our life. That's the fact.